co-founder of MeetSpace. We started about a year ago with the dream to make video conferencing not suck. I really like the question that everybody keeps asking at the end, so I'm just going to open with it. Who are my competitors and why am I better? My competitors are, there's just a couple of them. I guess it's Google and Microsoft and Cisco and Login and Kieran and GoToMeeting and, well, you get the idea. So why are we better? We specifically focus on distributed teams. Right now, we have a really narrow focus on this niche of distributed software teams, but really anyone who's distributed around the world, those are the teams that we're the best fit for. And the reason for that is we focus a ton on really clear audio that's very reliable. So the company I worked at before, it's a software team. We had people in Europe and in the US. And it got to the point where by the time we were ready to actually have the meeting, once it had been all set up and everybody was connected, we were already so frustrated with interrupting each other and not being able to understand each other that holding the meeting was actually difficult. So we did a survey at the very beginning of a bunch of different companies and found people really, really, really just care about audio over everything else. And so that was a huge priority for us. On top of that, one of the big features that we have is permanent rooms. So just like you have conference rooms in an office building, you can say, yeah, we're going to be in the fishbowl today, or we're going to be in, whatever, the other names of the rooms. In MeetSpace, we have dedicated rooms on the web. So the URL doesn't change, you don't have to hunt for that calendar invite, you just log into MeetSpace and you can join the meeting right away. So that is what we're going to do, because this is going to be a hands-on demo. So I'm going to sign in here. So when you log into MeetSpace, the dashboard is your home base, and it shows you all the rooms that you have available. You blow this up for me. So inside my MeetSpace team, I've got a couple of different rooms, and the one we'll be using here today is Rocket. So because presence is really important when you're a distributed team, you really want to know where your teammates are. They're not sharing an office with you. So right here, I can see that because that's my laptop over there, I'm already in the Rocket room. So I know, even if I forget where the meeting is, I can just sort of show up and this is like peeking in the window and seeing, hey, who's in that room? Okay, Rocket's where I'm going. So I'm going to join in here. Cool, all right. So yeah, MeetSpace, video conferencing. Still sucks a little bit, huh? But the main thing is, for distributed teams, you're all in different rooms, and I have tried so many times to solve that. Everyone's in the conference room, everybody has their laptop open. It's literally the sound is going out one machine and in the other, and there's nothing you can do about it. But that's why we did build in the space bar to mute. So you can hit the space bar to unmute yourself, and space bar to mute again. So that's good for catching sneezes, coughs, and when the feedback goes off, being able to hit space bar pretty quickly. In addition, we've got all the stuff that you'd usually expect to see from video conferencing. I'm going to do a quick screen share. So when you share your screen, one of the things we do here is we slide the layout over this way. So if you've got something maximized, it just kind of perfectly takes up just the right amount of room and puts all the video off to the side. And you can turn your video back on. While you're presenting, which I thought was really nice, because at the last company I was at, CEO would give this big presentation, you wouldn't be able to see his face all the time. So that's it for my quick little demo of MeetSpace, and I can take a couple questions. Yeah, I'll use the better mic now that I've got my hands free. Yeah.
Okay, so you had the slide up about how you pick your pricing. What does your pricing look like?
Oh yeah, questions, please. Sure. So the question is, I had a slide up about my my pricing, and that is over here on our blog. So our pricing is tiered based on the size of your team. So it just depends on how many people you've got in there. Because we're focusing on small distributed teams, it's focused more around the up to 20-person sizes. But we have a per user annual plan where you save some money and works out better there too. And if you're really interested in product pricing, we worked with Price Intelligently here in Boston to price the product based entirely on user surveys and a whole bunch of really awesome math involving something called the Van West Door Price Sensitivity Meter. And we had a really nice article here on the blog about how to do this with just Google Sheets and your own sweat. So if you're pricing a product, I recommend that, and Price Intelligently is great. Yes?
Yeah, is there certain technical limitation? Like I try to have precisely what you said, right? Conversations with developers last Thursday, and we chose one.
Yeah.
Because they have not all of it. So each one is in different country, different parts of the country. Is there a limited bandwidth? Is there a problem?
Yeah, so I mentioned the customers are our competitors. And the one thing that we do that they can't do is we go peer-to-peer. The reason they can't do it is because peer-to-peer tops out at about 10 to 12 people. But that's what we were aiming for when we were building the product, is that team meeting where everybody's arguing about something. When you go peer-to-peer, you have really low latency. So our customers that go from North America to Europe see a latency of about 150 milliseconds. So 0.15 seconds is the round trip on the audio, which means you don't have that delay where you're interrupting each other. That's a really big part. And also, because we're not being routed through our own server, and then the audio is not being transcoded, it's like when you had an MP3, 5, 10 years ago, and it sounded really muddy because the encoding was bad. Because we go direct and we prioritize the audio quality, being able to hear somebody else is really clear and really fast. All right, yeah.
I'm really interested in your architecture in terms of computer and networking.
Yeah, the architecture in terms of computing and networking. So the video conferencing is done peer-to-peer with WebRTC, which is an open protocol that's implemented by the browsers themselves. So Chrome has an implementation, Firefox has an implementation, and that's done outside of the scope of our stack, except for a bit of negotiation, which is a very lightweight operation. All the calling, that's all going peer-to-peer directly, which is why it's so fast. It doesn't even have to go through our own servers. Other than that, it's a web application that's built in Go, Postgres database. We host on Heroku, and we use Twilio for some of the call negotiation. Yes? The minimum bandwidth we need is 333 kilobits per person per second, up and down.
If I have a team in China,
Yeah, in China.
the other tried to get over the...
We're not blocked in China.
Yeah.
They don't know about us.
How do you get over the like war? So they kind of block the traffic?
Yeah, as far as I can tell, we're not blocked in China.
Yeah.
I think there's only one team that we have where they have some people in China, and they do this. So try it, let me know, because if it doesn't work, then I'll fix it.
Well, I think they use the Zoom, so it's not working.
The Zoom didn't work?
No.
Yeah, well, this is peer-to-peer. That's why it's kind of different, is because it doesn't quite look the same. But I mean, we do have one team using it. I'd love more data on that, though. Someone's used it on a plane, the plane Wi-Fi. Yeah. There's a lot of delay. I mean, because they have to bounce it. There's one more in the back, and that's the last one I'll take. Probably stop.
I was wondering about Zoom because I've used Zoom before, and I know they have public rooms as well.
Yeah, they have Zoom rooms, and I tend to get confused because they have a couple pricing models, and it's like pay by the room or like you can also pay for your team or something like that. But yeah, they have a similar room. They do route your traffic through one of their servers though, and that tends to break down that really fast latency and quality that you're really striving for. Yeah, it's similar. In our case, it's unlimited rooms. You pay by the people. That's all the time I have, but I'll be in the back if you have any more questions. Thank you.